been cooking a lot more during the pandemic at home. And, when I make, it's just my husband and I, so we have large quantities sometimes of soups and stews and things like that. So I'll rely on my freezer to, freeze those leftovers. So things you might not think about freezing would include like homemade chicken stock. I always have a pint of this in my refrigerator, or my freezer rather, for soups, stews, things like that. Rice. Anytime you make anything that contains water, you can use chicken broth in place of it to impart great flavor. And then my neighbor has an amazing Meyer lemon tree, and before the season ended, she came over and brought several cartons of fresh Meyer lemon juice. So the first one I used for my Meyer lemon bars, and the one that I had left over, I popped it right in my freezer. So jars and things like that, plastic, freezes really well. And then I also bought too much shredded cheese at the grocery store the other day, so I just froze it, and it'll last forever until I take it out. Well, maybe not forever, but one of my favorite things to do with my freezer is to send my bananas there. Those bananas that don't get eaten during the week that start to over ripen. These are perfect for just popping them in. I don't even put them in a bag. I put them right into my freezer, and when I'm ready to bake homemade banana nut bread, I just get them right out of the peel, and they're perfect. So hard cheeses are great for freezing, but particularly the cheese rinds are great for imparting that salty Parmesan flavor in soups and stews that we all know and love. Once your soup is at that simmer stage, you just want to drop that Parmesan rind right into your soup and let it simmer. Once you finish simmering it for 20 minutes or so, you just remove it, and then it has given of itself, and that flavor's there. And many times I'll buy onions or bell peppers or carrots, for example, and they'll start to go bad in my refrigerator. And so one of the things I like to do is chop up those fresh vegetables, like these carrots I have here, and I freeze them in a big gallon Ziploc bag. Peas and corn, I love to just take it right out of my freezer and use it into shepherd's pie. And you don't even have to defrost it, and so it's a quick way to really bulk up the veg in your recipes, whether it's stir fries or soups and stews, and shepherd's pie, casseroles, things like that. They'll just cook right down, and that's one of the greatest ways I love to save time in the kitchen. My biggest tip for avoiding freezer burn is to use the size of the container that's the closest size to what you're freezing. So air circulation is the culprit that causes that freezer burn. And, if you're freezing something that's liquefied in a container, make sure that it's the size that you're needing. And then if you are freezing, say, like lasagna, and you want to do some single serving size portions, you just want to wrap it double wrapped in some heavy duty cling wrap or foil. I would love to say that my freezer is perfectly organized, but I try to put the things that are the newest in the back of the freezer, and then those foods that are going to expire sooner in the front, so that you're always using that ingredient first that's going to go bad first.